Hello students. In the last class I explained about Archaebacteria and today I am going to explain about the last group of Monera, that is Cyanobacteria, which is also known as blue-green algae. This blue-green algae have many characteristics which are similar to bacteria, and few examples like nostoc, anabina, oscillatoria, spirulina. These are some examples of cyanobacteria. Of course, in this lecture we are going to read about still more examples also. In earlier cases, according to two kingdom classification, basically this cyanobacteria, it is included under plantae, and under plantae they created a separate class called as cyanophyceae, which is also called as mixophyceae of algae, but they are more similar to the prokaryotic nature. That's why they were removed from the plant kingdom and they are given a special place under kingdom Monera. Of course, in the first lecture itself, I gave the introduction part of biological classification. In that, I clearly explained about why two kingdom classification is not accepted, because it failed to give a proper position to the prokaryotes. That's why it failed. And same, I am repeating it here. And this name Cyanophyceae was suggested by ICNB, means International Code of Nomenclature for Bacteria, in the year 1978. Whereas most of the blue-green algae, that means cyanobacteria, they are freshwater. That means they live in freshwater, and some live in marine water, and of course some are terrestrial in their habitat also. Very important point now I'm going to tell you. Cyanobacteria are oxygenic photosynthesizing organisms. Students, you have to remember one point of my earlier class. I explained eubacteria, hope you remember that. In that I told they are also participating in photosynthesis, but in that photosynthesis oxygen it is not released. That's why an oxygenic photosynthesis exhibited by eubacteria, whereas cyanobacteria photosynthesis may oxygen will be released. This is a very important point. Even many scientists, they believe that first time the oxygen on this earth planet, it is noticed only due to cyanobacteria. Such a very important point, and many times asked in your exams, so you have to remember this. Again, a very short recap I am giving. Cyanobacteria, if you compare with eubacteria, both of them they are performing photosynthesis, but eubacteria, while they are performing photosynthesis, they don't release oxygen, whereas cyanobacteria, when they are performing photosynthesis, they release oxygen. And many of the scientists, they believe that on the earth planet, first time oxygen liberation started because of cyanobacteria. Very important question. And the next point is, maximum of the cyanobacteria, they don't have any flagella, and basically not maximum, every cyanobacterian member, they don't have any flagella, and they are non-motile. But some filamentous forms, they show either gliding movement or oscillatory movement. Example also I have given, oscillatoria. So maximum of this cyanobacteria, they don't show movement by themselves, because they are living in water. Where the water current drives them, they will go. By themselves, they don't exhibit any movement. This is an important point what you need to remember. Now let us take what are the different forms of this blue-green algae or cyanobacteria. Students, please don't get confused. Sometimes I am calling cyanobacteria, whereas sometimes I am calling blue-green algae. Basically, cyanobacteria only, it is called as blue-green algae. Now, various forms of cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria may be unicellular. That means the whole organism, it is made up of only one cell. The best example, spirulina. Spirulina, it is a very important cyanobacterian member, because it consisting of large amount of proteins, edible form of proteins. That's why many of the people who are suffering from this protein amino acid deficiencies, they usually prefer to have this spirulina. And spirulina, it is easily available in the market in the tablet form, or even some powders are also available in the market, or even online also we can order. And personally, when I met with accident, doctor suggested me to have this spirulina capsules morning 2 and evening 2. Personally, this is my own experience when I met with accident. So such a good amount of proteins that is present in spirulina. And the next form is a colonial form. It is found in colonies. That means many members of cyanobacteria, they gathered at a point and they live together, then that is called as colony. For example, police colony, that means all the police, they live in one place, that's why it is called as police colony. And railway colony, that means all the railway employees, they live in a colony, that's why it is called as the railway colony. Like that, some people, they live together who are working in one department, then that is called as colony. Like that, cyanobacteria members, few members, they stay at a place, that's why it is called as colonial. Now, the best example is Anabina and filamentous. Filamentous basically means many cells, they are arranged in a group. See, आपको see you see follow this arrow mark, then आपको easily समझ में आएगा. See, देखो, this is one cell, this is another cell, third, fourth, fifth, like that. Many cells, they joined in form of a filament, and this arrangement, it is called arrangement in form of a row. It is called as a trichome. And the best example is a nostoc, and of course oscillatoria also. See, this is a chain kind of arrangement. Many cells, they are arranged in form of a chain. So this is called as filamentous cyanobacteria. Hope you got my point. Now, structure of cyanobacteria. One of the very important questions I am telling you. Cyanobacterium structure, the cellular structure, it is similar to the gram-negative eubacteria. This point you need to remember because it is already asked question. Hope you remember a gram-negative eubacteria. If you forget also, no problem, because all my lectures are recorded, so you can again go back, and I gave the difference between eubacteria, gram positive and gram negative bacteria of eubacteria. Again, once you go through it, and then you can recollect it, where this cyanobacterian cell, it is surrounded by a mucilaginous sheath, which is made up of like a slimy sheath. Mucilaginous basically means when you touch it, slippery, you feel that the cell is slippery. That only I'm calling it as mucilaginous, or you can write slimy also, there is no problem. Basically, I wanted to tell you it is smooth and slippery in its nature. That only I wanted to tell you. See, this surrounded by mucilaginous sheath, which is made up of mucopolysaccharides, which is also called as peptic acid. And after this, that means just below this mucilaginous sheath, students, I am going to show the diagram also, then you will understand very clearly. See, this is you can see you follow the arrow mark. See, you can see a very light layer. आपको दिख रहा है ना? So this light layer, it is nothing but mucilaginous sheath, and just below that you can be able to see the cell wall. Let us go for the cell wall. Now, this is cell wall of blue-green algae. It is bi-layered. Basically, bi means two. So bi-layered means what? Two layered. So two layers are present in the cell wall of blue-green algae. The outer layer, which is made up of lipopolysaccharides. Basically, lipopolysaccharides means lipids plus polysaccharides, that means carbohydrates. So lipid and also carbohydrate, they are mixed up. That's why we are calling in a single line called as lipopolysaccharide. That means lipids plus some carbohydrates. And inner wall, it is made up of peptidoglycan. See, I'll show you also. देखो इधर, see, this is one layer and this is another layer. So can you see now? So this is what I call the first layer, and this is a second layer. Okay, like that, two layers are present in the cell wall. Whereas the plasma membrane, it is made up of lipids and also proteins. So lipoproteinaceous layer, you can call lipoproteinaceous, because lipid and also protein are present. That's why lipoproteinaceous. See, earlier cases mein lipopolysaccharides, that means lipids and also this what you call carbohydrates are joined. So lipopolysaccharide, whereas here lipids and proteins are joined. That's why lipoproteinaceous layer. If you want, I'll show you also. See, dekho, this is a plasma membrane, cell membrane. See, Okay, the first one is mucilage. It is very light in color. Whether you are able to see or not, I'm not understanding. See, this is a light layer, and this is mucilaginous, and these are the two layers of the cell wall, and this is the plasma membrane. So hope you got my point. Now let us take inner portion. I'm sorry, inner portion. This is all filled up with cytoplasm. See, this is all cytoplasm. That means fluid matrix. In that various structures are present. Let us go for what are the structures. Yes, inside the cell, you can be able to see the fluid matrix. This fluid matrix only are calling it as a cytoplasm. Whereas cytoplasm, it is differentiated into two portions: peripheral cytoplasm and central cytoplasm. I'll show you. See, this upper part. See, this upper part of the cytoplasm, it is called as peripheral, and the inner part of the cytoplasm, it is called as what do you call a central cytoplasm. See, this peripheral cytoplasm, it is also called as chromoplasm, whereas the central cytoplasm, it is called as centroplasm. Whereas the peripheral cytoplasm, it consisting of the following parts. What are they? One, gas vacuoles and photosynthetic thylakoids. Gas vacuoles means, students, you remember na, if you want I'll show you also. Most of the cyanobacterian members are fresh living, fresh water living. See, I'll show you also where exactly. See here, I have shown it already. So most of the cyanobacterian members are fresh water living. So when they are living in water, they need to float. Now that buoyancy, what I call nature must be there. Na? So that buoyancy nature, that means floating ability, it is given by this gas vacuole. See, I wrote it clearly. Provides buoyancy in water. That means floating in nature. It is given due to the presence of the gas vacuoles, which are present in peripheral cytoplasm. Basically, periphery means what? Outer part, it is called as periphery. Whereas central, that means they are present inner side, completely inner side, then that is called as central. Now, it also consisting of photosynthetic thylakoids. These photosynthetic thylakoids are very, very important. Why? You know, these thylakoids, they are filled up with various photosynthetic pigments like chlorophyll A and beta carotene and xanthophylls, like that. These are all various photosynthetic pigments which trap the sunlight. When they trap the sunlight, this sunlight consisting of some energy. By using that particular energy that is present in the sunlight, they can prepare their own food material. That's why they are autotrophic. Autotrophic means, I already told you, na, they can be able to prepare their own food material. So this photosynthetic thylakoids, let us see how they are present. See, green color, देखो, this is green color. Just follow this arrow mark, then आपको समझ में आएगा. See, this is photosynthetic thylakoid. This is one more, like that. These are all photosynthetic thylakoids. Okay, they are consisting of various photosynthetic pigments which has ability to trap the sunlight, so that with the help of the energy that is present in the sunlight, they can prepare their own food material. That's why they are called as autotrophic. Hope you understood. Now let us take the central part. Hope you understood what is a peripheral cytoplasm. Peripheral cytoplasm means upper side, outer side, so what else, cytoplasm, just present below this particular cell wall. Whereas completely inner core, if you take, then that is called a central cytoplasm. Whereas peripheral cytoplasm consisting of gas vacuoles and photosynthetic thylakoids, whereas central cytoplasm, it consisting of nucleoid. What is a nucleoid? You remember na? In the eubacteria only I explained. Eubacteria mein I told this genetic material, it is not surrounded by any nuclear membrane. So naked DNA it is present. See, dekho. See, this is the genetic material, but it is not covered by any nuclear membrane. से आपको ये दिख रहा है ना. So there is no membrane which is surrounding it. So the naked DNA, it is present. That's why it is called as a nucleoid. Hope you understood my point. Now let us take the next part. 70s ribosomes are present, which are actually scattered. They are not present in one portion of the cytoplasm. They may be present, they are present both in the peripheral cytoplasm also and also central cytoplasm also. That means chromoplasm also and centroplasm. I'll show you, then you will understand. See, these are ribosomes. Dekho, these are ribosomes. I can say purple color dots if I am correct. Purple or pink, I am not noticing it. I'm sorry, students. Maybe these are dots. These dots, see, they are present in the outer also and they are present inner also. Dekho, both portions mein you can be able to see this what do you call ribosomes. They don't have like a proper position, fixed position nahi hai, okay. Now oscillatoria have homopolar bonds between proteins of cytoplasm. That means cytoplasm it consisting of certain proteins, and these proteins are bounded, they are joined with the help of some homopolar bonds. With the help of homopolar bonds, they don't break easily. That's why they can be able to live even in the high degree centigrade, even under 80 degrees centigrade also. That means oscillatoria can tolerate the hot springs. That means it can tolerate high degree of temperature also. Such a hot temperature like 80 degrees centigrade temperature also it can be able to tolerate, because the cytoplasmic proteins, they are joined with the help of this homopolar bonds. This is one of the very important question. You have to remember this question, okay. Whereas the membrane bound cell organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, and also Golgi complex, etc., they are all absent. Nothing, only ribosomes only you can be able to see. See, this is one of the prokaryotic nature. Basically prokaryotes, they are devoid of all the cell organelles except 70s ribosomes. In the characteristics of Monera only we read it now. See, because it is a Monera member, obviously the same characters will be implemented even in this group also. Hope you got my point. Now, some cyanobacteria, they consisting of a special cell, and this special cell it is called as heterocyst. You see the diagram, then you will understand. So these are all normal cells. These are all normal cells. Dekho, beach mein you can be able to see this purple colored cell. Aapko, see, you follow my arrow mark, then you will understand. This purple colored cell, it is a specialized cells, and this is a specialized cell, it is called as heterocyst. What is the importance of heterocyst? They have the ability to participate in nitrogen fixation. Students, hope you know what is nitrogen fixation, but still again I'll tell you what is nitrogen fixation, then you will understand so clearly. Basically 78% of nitrogen that is present in the atmosphere, 78% I'm telling you, but still the problem is organisms, they don't have capacity to utilize the gaseous form of nitrogen. If anyone wanted to use the nitrogen, they need this nitrogen either in form of nitrites or nitrates. Then who will convert it? This cyanobacteria will convert. So it has ability to absorb the gaseous nitrogen and converts into edible forms such as nitrites or nitrates. And these nitrates and nitrates will be absorbed by the plants, and from plants by food we will eat it. So this is how we are also getting nitrogen. But human beings, and of course I'm talking about animals, they can't be able to do nitrogen fixation. Plants, they absorb the nitrogen in form of nitrates and nitrates, and by the plants we will get the nitrogen. Hope you understood. And the process of conversion of the gaseous, that means atmospheric nitrogen, either in form of nitrates or in form of nitrates, and this conversion it is called as a nitrogen fixation. And this nitrogen fixation, a very important point I'm telling you, nitrogen fixation करने के लिए it need one enzyme, एक enzyme चाहिए, that is called as nitrogenase. याद रख, nitrogenase. And this nitrogenase enzyme, with the help of this enzyme nitrogen fixation takes place, where this heterocyst is having this nitrogenase enzyme, and remaining cells, they do not have this nitrogenase enzyme. That's why they can't be able to make the nitrogen fixation, whereas heterocyst, they consisting of nitrogenase enzyme. That's why they got this ability to convert the atmospheric nitrogen, that means gaseous nitrogen, to either nitrite or nitrate form. Hope you understood, students. I think I'm clear. I clearly explained it, but still if you have any doubts you can ask me. Now this is a structure. Just a very simple brief outlook I'm going to give you. Basically, the structure of cyanobacteria, it starts with outer gelatinous substance, gelatinous coat. You can't be able to see, I think so, because it is very light. Even I can't be able to see. So how you will be able to see? But still try. This is outer layer, that is called as gelatinous layer, and बाद में just below that you can be able to see two layers of the cell walls. See the outer cell wall, and this is the inner cell wall, and बाद में you can be able to see this is a plasma membrane, which is a lipoproteinaceous, as I already told you, and बाद में cytoplasm. The complete cell, it is filled up with cytoplasm, which is divided into two portions: the outer peripheral cytoplasm and inner centrocytoplasm. So peripheral cytoplasm, it consisting of this gas vacuoles. आपको दिख रहे हैं ना, this blue colored sac like structures दिख रहे हैं ना. Follow my arrow mark, आपको easily समझ में आएगा. So these are gas vacuoles which provides buoyancy. Buoyancy basically means floating ability, and also this photosynthetic thylakoids, which are filled up with various photosynthetic pigments, so that they can be able to trap the sunlight and they can be able to prepare their own food material. Now, if you take inner part it consisting of nucleoid. Nucleoid means naked DNA. So these all the structure of this. And I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you one point only. That point is ribosomes. 70s type of ribosomes are present, and they don't have any demarcation. They are present both in peripheral cytoplasm also and also central cytoplasm also. So this is a structure of the cyanobacteria. Now, nutrition, very important point. Nutrition, I already so clearly told, they are autotrophic. Which autotrophic? Photoautotrophic. They can be able to prepare their own food material by using the sunlight. The organisms which have capacity to prepare their own food material in the presence of light, called as photoautotrophic. Some organisms are there, they prepare their own food material by using certain chemicals, then that is called as chemoautotrophic. Now cyanobacteria are photoautotrophic. And very important point I'm telling you, that is, they are the first oxygen liberating organisms on the earth planet. So they are very important organisms. So these photosynthetic thylakoids, they consisting of photosynthetic pigments such as chlorophyll A and carotenoids, and also phycocyanin and also phycoerythrin, and respective colors also given. So when you read this, you will understand. So with all these type of pigments, it has ability, it has capacity to absorb the sunlight. Now, don't think that all the cyanobacteria are always present in blue-green color. This is a wrong idea. Some cyanobacteria, see, I gave an example also, trichodesmium. This is a trichodesmium, it is in red color. Sometimes what happens, you know, these cyanobacteria, I'm talking about trichodesmium. This is a trichodesmium, it increases in its number. That means at once उसको number अचानक बहुत बढ़ जाएगा, because they increases in their great number, the C, it appears in red color. So this is called as bloom. Basically bloom means at once increase, it is called as blooming. Okay. And this is stored food material. This is stored food material, it is present in form of alpha granules or beta granules. Alpha granules means these stored food material, it is present in form of cyanophycean starch, which is structurally similar to glycogen. Whereas beta granules, which is made up of fat droplets, basically reserve food material. Means, for example, I'll talk about our body. If you take our body, in our body some amount of reserve food material will be there. That means sometimes it happens that due to some work, or sometimes we don't feel like eating. In such cases, we don't focus on eating much. That's why when we don't eat, we don't get energy. That is the reason why when we eat more, sometimes we eat more, that more amount of food material, it is converted into fat and gets deposited in the adipose layer. And when we don't eat food material, this adipose layer mein fat, it again converts into the energy. Like that, safety purpose के लिए our body has tendency to store some food material, and that stored food material only, it is called as a reserve food material. Like that, cyanobacteria also, it stores some food material for future purpose, and that only stored food. It may be present in form of beta granules or alpha granules. Alpha granules are made up of cyanophycean starch, which is exactly similar to the glycogen, and beta granules, which is made up of fat droplets. So hope you understood what is nutrition and what is stored food material. Now let us go for the next detail, that is most important one, that is nitrogen fixation. Basically nitrogen fixation means the gaseous nitrogen, when it converts into the edible form, that means either nitrite or nitrate form, then that is called as a nitrogen fixation. And nitrogen fixation का वजह से the fertility of the soil it greatly increases. And this nitrogen fixation by cyanobacteria, it is exhibited in two forms, symbiotic form and asymbiotic form, that means free living form. Hope you know students what is symbiotic form. Symbiotic means give and take policy, that means some plants क्या करेगा ना, दे अट्रैक्ट द साइनोबैक्टीरिया, मैं आपको शेल्टर फूड मटेरियल देते हैं, मुझे वापस नाइट्रोजन दीजिए, लाइक दैट दे मेक अ काइंड ऑफ म्यूचुअल रिलेशनशिप. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ टू फ्रेंड्स आर देयर, one day every day they are traveling by bike. Let us take the first person is having bike, so every day is helping him to other friend. So what he will do, one day I'll put petrol, that means see he is giving bike and he is giving petrol, so they are mutually benefited na? Like that when they are both are equally benefited, then that equal benefiting relationship, it is called a symbiotic relationship. Asymbiotic means they are living freely, then that is called as a symbiotic. So symbiotic form mein they make symbiotic association with plants. Few examples also, thallus of anthoceros, coralloid roots of cycas, like that I brought few examples, you go through it. So that means they make association with this particular plants, whereas asymbiotic means they freely live in the soil. Now examples, anabina found in the leaves of azolla which grow in the rice crop, because rice crop mein they are growing na, that's why more nitrogen fixation takes place. So the yield of this rice crop it increases to 50% more. And also nostoc are the best examples for symbiotic forms. Again I'm telling you, symbiotic forms ke liye anabina and also nostoc are the best examples, whereas asymbiotic ke liye allosaria and also allosaira and also Allosaira and also Oscillatoria. I'm sorry, a wrong pronunciation मैंने किया. I'm sorry for that. They also live in paddy crop, so that because of their presence, this what I call the pro yield it increases enormously. Whereas Anabina and Nostoc has one special character. They can live symbiotically and also they can live asymbiotically. That is one of the beautiful characteristic exhibited by Anabina and also Nostoc. And a special type of cell that is found in nitrogen fixing blue green algae, which is called as heterocyst. And this heterocyst it consisting of nitrogenase enzyme. This point I already explained, hope you understood there itself. Now let us take reproduction. Reproduction it takes place both by vegetative and also asexual form, and vegetative by binary fission, that means one cell, that means one parent cell it divides into two daughter cells. Example spirulina. Fragmentation, that means the parent individual breaks into several pieces and each and every fragment it develops into individual organism, then that is called as fragmentation. And the next one is hormogonia. Basically hormogonia means, see this is a filamentous blue green algae, example is oscillatoria. In this oscillatoria what happens, you know, few cells they develops into a special structure called as hormogonia, and this hormogonia they get separated automatically and grow into individual organism, then that is called as hormogonia. I repeat once again, then you will understand clearly. See basically this is a filamentous cyanobacteria. इधर तक समझ में ना? Now in this filamentous cyanobacteria, few cells they convert themselves into a separate structure, a special structure called as hormogonia. Once this hormogonia it is formed, they automatically separates from the parent individual and grow into individual oscillatoria or individual organism, then that is called as hormogonia. And echinate formation, I'm talking about asexual. Asexual by echinate formation. Echinate means, see this is anabina. This anabina बीच में, that means filament का बीच में it develops a large structure, this a large oval structure, it is called as akinete, which automatically detaches from the parent individual and grows, and it goes somewhere and it grow into individual anabina. Then this is called as akinete formation, which is produced during unfavorable conditions. During favorable conditions it produces harmogonia, and during unfavorable conditions it produces akinete. So this is how the cyanobacterian members, they participate in reproduction. Hope you got it. Now uses of cyanobacteria, and of course uses are there and also some harmful effects are also there. First of all, we will take uses. They greatly increases the fertility of the soil by nitrogen fixation. Example, nostoc, anabina, etc., etc. And cyanobacteria like anabina, they prevent soil erosion also. Why? They are filamentous. Due to the filamentous structure, they binds to the soil particles so that the soil don't participate in erosion. Hope you know what is the meaning of erosion. Erosion means with the running water, the soil humus layer, it will be washed off. Then this process of washing of the upper fertile layer of the soil, it is called as soil erosion. And because of the presence of this particular filamentous algae, filamentous cyanobacteria, this soil erosion will be stopped. And spirulina, which is also called as a single cell protein, because spirulina, it is very rich in protein source. That's why it many of the people, they use this spirulina as like their nutrient composition. That means in their food, as a part and parcel, they will take spirulina in form of tablet or syrup, or even powder form also they use it. And many of the cyanobacterian members, they use it as green manure like anabina and also spirulina. Hope you know green manure means which increases the fertility of the soil. And they secrete some toxins, poisonous substances, which even kill the mosquito larva which is present in the water. The best example is Oscillatoria anabina. And what are the harmful effects of cyanobacteria? Let us see. Basically, cyanobacteria is an aquatic organism. That means they grow in water. That's why they spoil our water tanks and pollute the water. And Oscillatoria, it releases certain toxic substances which may create asthma and also gastrointestinal problems to the mankind. And one of the very important point I'm telling you, all of a sudden the cyanobacteria members, they increases in their number. This is due to human indiscriminate activity. See, by themselves they never grow. See, some of us, they always very selfish. What they do now, if they dispose their domestic waste to a dustbin or to give the municipality, they will take somewhere and they will burn it. But some what I call greedy human beings, what they will do now, some what I call brainless human beings, they don't throw these particular wastes in the dustbin or give to the municipality people. They throw it in the nearby water. Basically the domestic waste, that means cut vegetables and also wasted food material, basically they're very nutritious. So when these nutrients are available to the water at once, this cyanobacteria are nutrients are available, they start absorbing these particular nutrients. So that because the nutrients are available, they start growing at once into a great number. And there's a sudden increase in the number of blue-green algae in the water is called as water bloom. Hope you understood. That means at once they increases. This is due to human indiscriminate activities only. So please don't throw this waste food material and also vegetable waste material into the water. Please put it in the dustbin. So municipality people will come and they definitely take to the safe place and they will burn it off and they will put it in the soil. Something they will do. That is not our case. Our case is, please maintain the healthy environment. Don't think about only your house. This earth is basically our house. We are living in this earth planet, so we need to save our earth. And this water bloom, some blue-green algae like anabina, microcystis, these they grow rapidly and they release some toxin like death factor, which causes death of several aquatic animals. So this is called as water bloom. Hope you understood. Now, let us take the comparative account between cyanobacteria and eubacteria. Basically, bacteria are, I'm talking about bacteria means eubacteria. The cells are small, whereas when you compare with the eubacteria, these are comparatively, I can say they are larger only. Whereas they consisting of peptidoglycan cell wall. Hope you remember, just in 10 minutes or 15 minutes back only I told, the cell wall it is differentiated into two layers, the outer lipopolysaccharide layer and inner peptidoglycan layer. So both the structures are present, and they possess flagella, so they can be able to move, whereas cyanobacteria they can't be able to move. They show either gliding movement or oscillatory movement. Could, that means by themselves they cannot be able to move. And these bacteria both autotrophic are there and heterotrophic are there, but cyanobacterian members are autotrophic. From the beginning I'm telling you, very very important point. Whereas for their autotrophism they have this what I call photosynthetic pigment called as bacteriochlorophyll, whereas here chlorophyll A it is present, which is even present in the higher plants also, whereas they don't release oxygen during their photosynthesis, that's why they are anoxygenic, whereas here they are oxygenic. That means during their photosynthesis oxygen will be released, whereas they are aerobic and also of course anaerobic also, but they are aerobic, they are releasing oxygen, so they are aerobic only. Whereas the food material is glycogen, whereas here cyanophycean starch. Of course cyanophycean starch also, their structure is similar to glycogen, but whatever food material composition is different now, maybe structure is similar but composition is different now. So here glycogen, whereas here cyanophycean starch. Hope you remember, student, hope you understood, students. If you don't understand any point you can ask me any doubt. Next class में I will explain about minor groups of Monera. Hope you remember the major groups are Eubacteria, Archaebacteria and Cyanobacteria, and minor groups are also there like Mycoplasma, Rickettsia, like that. And in tomorrow's class I am going to explain about minor groups of Monerans. Thank you so much.